So we're going to get this party started, okay?
Let's get it started. Yeah.
Let's get it started. So we're here to talk to Netta Fei today about the Book of Burnett, okay?
Hello. Hello.
Absolutely. Now, Netta Fei
Hello.
is a writer. She's a certified spiritual self coach, okay? And she's the founder of True Self Society. And I'm truly
Yeah.
honored to be here with you today, sister. I want to tell you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be in your presence. I told people, if you know Margaret, you know the treat you're in for. If you don't know Margaret, wear your seatbelt because
Okay.
you just might need it.
Yeah, because we don't know where we're gonna end up.
We don't know where we're gonna end up. But you know what? We know it will be good. Wherever
No
we
doubt.
end up will be
Okay.
good. Yeah. Thank you for
Absolutely.
having me and offering your space for me to share the Book of Burnett, not as a book, not even as a book launch, but as a transmission of the wisdom and teachings that my dad lived out and taught and experienced and wanted to pass on so other people can help. I see this as a transmission, as a translation, as a conference, not for him, but for all of us.
Absolutely. But first of all, let me introduce you. Okay.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. All right. Now, Netta Fei is a wife, a mother, an author, and a percussionist whose work invites women, especially women of color, to reconnect with and rise in their true identity. Okay? As the founder of True Society, she helps Black women shed inherited falsehoods, reclaim their true self, and live on 10 elevated, free, and joy filled. Okay?
Yes.
Shaped, shaped by life as a Southern Baptist preacher's kid, okay? Education in predominantly white institutions, and a career in corporate marketing and communications has sacred storytelling and spiritual truth telling are grounded in clarity, responsibility, freedom without compromise.
Mm.
Okay? So,
Okay.
so today we're talking about the Book of Burnett, 42 Truths for Living Life Well, Fully, and Without Regret. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now, Netta Fei's latest non-fictional work here distilled the lived wisdom of her father, Reverend Burnett S. Jackson, into a daily guide for guiding courageous living. Okay, now this book is available for sale on Vid Incorporated. The paperback is $18.99. Okay, and this book is also available on Amazon. Okay, the paperback $18.99, and $28.99 for the hardcover. Okay, and it's has 202 pages. So you, all right, you and I talk specifically about this month being released because for the year we talked about elevation. Okay, so now for
Yeah.
release, we're looking specifically at chapter 27, Shake the Dust, which is no talk about things that are no longer serving us. Now you want to talk more about that, sister?
Well, happy to. First, I wanted to look around me to see, wait, who are you talking about? Such a wonderful introduction. I'm like, wait, is she talking about me?
Well, you can say that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's good to hear somebody kind of introduce yourself. You should introduce yourself in the mirror pretty regularly, but it's also good for somebody else to hear somebody else introduce you too.
Oh,
In the True Self Society, which is my Substack page, we do not count it robbery for you to talk about yourself, to elevate yourself. Because if not you, who?
And thank you for
It's
saying that because I didn't even introduce myself. Okay, so now I
okay.
have to introduce myself. Okay,
Go ahead.
all
Take the
right,
mic.
all right. Margaret Williams, the publisher of The Empowered Leader. Okay, I have I'm Army civilian for 39 years. I'm a certified leadership coach, a systemic team coach, a mentor, and I already said Army civilian. So here we are. So now, sister, please take over.
Yeah, sure, sure. So again, thank you for being here. When Margaret did introduce me as a percussionist, I will put an asterisk there to say of the piano kind, I beat the piano and I beat a tennis ball. So that's the my area of percussionist, and that works for me.
Me too.
Yes, and this is the first stop of the February month long Book of Burnett virtual transmission tour. Margaret was graceful, and generous enough to take the first slot, and we'll be moving around Substack all month long, visiting with other wise and creative publishers and content creators, and all these wonderful, wonderful people I've had the pleasure to meet to not really talk about the book but have conversations around wisdom transference. One thing we know in this time that we're living in, with all the crap that's going on, with all the crap that's being thrown at us, wisdom, truth telling, is going to be a foundation for us to move forward and really to rise above a lot of the fray, a lot of the things that exist to distract us, right? To keep us focused over here when the real issue is going on over here. It's for our clarity, it's for our living a life that we choose to live. It is about the choices we make every day and the information, the teachings that I learned around my father and things that have kind of been embedded in me, the same things that I repeat to my children and young people who want to ask. Those things, even I have proved out as tools to spare us. Spare us from repeating the same mistakes. Spare us from letting other people hijack our lives and take over for us. No, we can run our own lives. We have everything we need on the inside to run our own lives. Now we just need to step up and clarify, who am I? What do I want? Where am I going? And what decisions I'm going to make today to get me there.
Sister,
And
I
that's
don't
what this is about.
yes. Now, before we came on, we were talking, and let's fill the audience in on the conversation we were talking. Now, I told you I had a lot of sayings like from my mother. I wish I had
Yes.
wrote all of those down, and sometimes I remember them. But I'm getting older and I can't remember them all. I wish I had did that because there was so much wisdom in those epithets or whatever you want to call it, from your grandmother all the way down. That is a wonderful thing that you did. Talk to us about that.
Thank you. And let me encourage you now, Margaret, to start writing those down. Not just the ones from your mother, your grandmother, your ancestors before you, but even the things that you would pass along from what you had learned experience. You have a very diverse and rich background with your travels, with your work, all the people you come in contact with, you met with. Start writing those down. And other people I've talked to have said the same thing. Oh, my grandmother had so much. My grandfather had so much. My dad, they're listen. They are in you still, and all you need to just sit, take a little time. Everybody to sit, a little quiet, just 10 minutes a day, and just write whatever comes up from you, and just see what it turns out to be, because it is needful for us, but also think of the generations behind us. How much what we have will spare them. And in our just talking about it, it might help them to receive those teachings, right? It's one thing to present it to people, It's another thing for them to receive it for themselves. Yeah, some of the things that's happening in the world today, this administration in the United States, a lot of things that's going on in other countries, they are tilling the hearts of people to receive lessons from our ancestors, from elders, from us, to say, listen, you don't have to go down this road. You don't have to repeat the mistake. I've already made that mistake for you. So hear what I'm saying and don't repeat it.
Absolutely. It's so much wisdom in those words. And if we, instead of looking outside for these answers, we can search within our own home, our own backyard. And that's the best information considering from the outside, because that information we cannot trust. We don't know who's
Right.
providing it, where it comes
Right.
from, and
Why they're providing it.
exactly. There's always a reason for everything, not necessarily for our good. Okay. And so all of this information, having traveled through Egypt and seeing the hieroglyphics, we can see all of this, and people be able to interpret this writing and to understand our instructions on what we are supposed to do. Okay?
That's an excellent point. Margaret, that's an excellent point. Those hieroglyphics was what is the same thing we're talking about today. Experiences and wisdom that they etched in stone in the language of their day, so that people coming behind them could see it. Oh, this happened, this why, this turned this, all of those things. We need to resurrect those things, but also take ownership of it, like you were saying earlier, that is the truth, that it is for us and not manipulation, not
Exactly.
deception.
Exactly. And all of these entities are destroying all of this information purposely, so we don't know who the hell we are. I'm still trying to figure out who the hell I am. Okay?
Yep. It's important
Even
that
to
we
this
do
day.
that. Yeah,
Yes.
it's important that we do that. And this also highlights the importance of being in community with people you have learned to trust, or that you can trust, people who have like minds. We're not talking about groupthink, but we're talking about like mind, people who are wanting to go in the same direction, being in connection and covenant in a lot of ways with one another, that we all rise together. These days are demonstrating to us the immense importance of our community trusting one another and looking out for one another and rising up together.
That is the only way that we're going to be able to survive in today's world. Every time, that's why I don't look at the news, because I get
Yeah.
upset. I get
Yeah.
upset and to see what the hell is going
Yeah.
on. I grew up in the 1960s. Okay, the shit that's going on now is worse than that. We should really be out there like in the 60s. We should be really out there now, because our livelihood, our lives is at stake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying it. It's just horrible.
Yes. Yes. It is a flavor of environment we have seen before, known before, but it is now magnified, because before there were barriers to certain people, right? This was done in the 1960s to a certain people. And there were dialogue and narratives around, okay, this is why this is being done to these people. Now it's almost being done to anybody. Anybody who doesn't agree with this one person. If you don't agree with these elite few, then you're on the out. So it's not just one group now, it's everybody. So the people that were not so much affected in the 1960s are now being affected.
Yeah, now I'm at retirement age. Now you're going to kick me while I'm down. You already kicked me while I'm down. When you told me I wasn't good enough and that you didn't want to pay me $130,000 anymore, then then I'm just SOL, shit out of luck. But
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna get back to
yeah.
daddy's. We're gonna get back to daddy's
We
book.
will,
Okay.
we will, and say, with clarity, what's happening today. We see the color that rules is green. I mean, just so happen you and I are wearing green today, but the color that rules is green, meaning money. The money
We
right now is the ruling class,
I've been
and
doing a
that's the
lot.
thing. Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately, and
Uh huh.
we have a scarcity mindset when it comes to money. If we change our mindset, then the money will come. Okay.
Mhm.
We have to
Mhm.
act as though we already have the money.
Mhm. We do.
Okay.
We do. But I was saying that the lot of the ills and the issues that is causing suppression among many groups of people now is because of the people who are hoarding the wealth, and they are making decisions based on growing that wealth, having more wealth, and making sure they're here and everybody else is down here.
Yeah,
So
but
you're
let
right.
me.
Both of these things are true.
True, but now your father, tell me about the time where he grew up. He dealt with a lot of these issues too, and he talked about it in
Absolutely.
these 42 truths. Okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. And these are just 42 of the many things that he lived by and that he tried and tested and proved that worked for him. And several of them speak to money and how you handle money and the mindset about money. And that was born out of his lack, a period where he didn't have money.
So,
He just built a new house, had a new family, 3 children, under the age of 8 or whatever, and, trying to make things work. He learned what it meant to be wise around money, not paying, borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. Those types of things he learned and he passed on. That was one of his big things to my brothers and I growing up with him. He did not want us to experience that lack. And like you said, he did not intend for us to have a lack mentality when it came to money. His big thing was do right by every dime that comes into your hand, which also meant spend some, save some. It like I said, it meant he was big on don't borrow from Peter to pay Paul, don't borrow from tomorrow to pay today, things like that. But when you and I were talking about Elevate 2026 and what was happening with the empowered leader for 2026, I thought that was a great theme, a very positive, empowering theme, which I guess it has to be because it's the empowered leader. You were saying that this month is release, and that's a big one too, which you were just saying, release the lack mentality.
we have to release everything that is not serving us. People, things. Okay? If we want to have this abundance, we have to let something go. Okay?
Mhm.
Obviously. So I've
Mhm.
done that. I'm willing to make the sacrifice. I made all sacrifices for up to this point. What's a few more
Mhm.
sacrifices to get to where you
Mhm.
want to be? To get to this million
Yep.
dollars? Like I told you, we have to act like we already have it.
Mhm. Mhm.
From that place we build. That's our
Yes.
foundation. I have it
Yes.
already. Let's go.
Yes. 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 Good comments in the chat. Like Margaret said earlier, thank you all for being here. We love that and appreciate your joining in, chiming in. Randolph said, a real wake up call for me when I was drafted during Vietnam War. In spite of my white malevolent privilege, I was expendable. I think that was from when you were talking about them not wanting to pay you the 130,000 more. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah. Yeah. So
That's
we make
okay.
our own selves to us. Yeah. Be unexpendable to yourself.
We gain the world or lose our soul. I'd rather have my
Mhm.
soul. You can have the
Yes.
materialistic things because you can't take that shit with
Yes.
you when you get ready to go. You're
You
gonna
cannot.
leave the world like you came here with nothing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Exactly. 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 You and I talked about as part of the release, I wanted to share uh, some of Dad's wisdom from chapter 27. And again, this is not really the book. It's wisdom transfer, and it's not about him. It's about us. But I wanted to share this in relations to your Elevate 2026 theme this month of release. So his chapter 27, and a lot of this, all of this is from him. I don't even consider this mine. My name is just on the front as the reteller of the story, but this is all him and him channeling through me. The same way it would be, Margaret, if you wrote down the things your grandmother would say. Her spirit yet lives, so she will remind you of some of those things that she said. So, chapter 27, his saying was, which we heard a lot, after you have done all you can, shake the dust from your feet and move on. And I wanted to read, that's chapter 27, verse 9 through 12. This is written in a chapter verse format because he was a pastor for almost 50 years. The Bible was like attached to his hip. Chapter and verse was his thing. No matter what conversations he was. And I've said before, if you gave him 5 minutes, of time to sit down with him, he would slide truth to you like a piece of sweet potato pie, because that was his thing. He loved that. All right, so
I'll take it.
27 9. Do you take it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm eating some of that pie now. So chapter 27, okay, verses 9 through 12. When you give your all to no good outcome, it is easier and necessary to shake the dust from your feet and move on. Dust is what remains of that effort, emotion, attachment, and expectation. It's the added weight of disappointment from what didn't turn out the way you'd hoped, and of pride that wants you to keep trying. If you don't shake that dust off, it will follow you and will often cloud your vision, disturb your spirit, and convince you that you should have done more, when in fact you've already given enough. Shaking the dust, then, is a spiritual act of fearless self respect.
I just want to tell you that just that verse alone is worth buying the book. I'm not
I
lying. For
know.
real.
I know. And when I read this, I think about my own experience
Oh,
of staying places longer than I should have, holding on to things, crap
big
things
sister.
longer than I should have. Spent so much time in a incompatible relationship because, right, something convinces me that I can keep going, that I should be doing more. You know, but he was saying to us, and he's saying to us now, do what you can do, but when it's done, know that it's done, and move on without shame, without fear,
Guilt.
without regret, without guilt. You've done everything. You've given
Yeah,
enough.
we have to convince ourselves enough is enough. Go.
Yes. Yes.
We
Yes.
can be our own
Yes.
worst enemy.
Yes. 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 Because the conditioning. The world tells you
Yes.
that, oh, you got married. You have to stay there until one of you dies, because
That's what they tell
otherwise
you.
God
They
otherwise
say
God is gonna disown you.
they say
Now
till
I look
death.
back at that.
They say till death do you part. In
They
the
do
marriage
say to death do
ceremony.
you part. But they don't
That's what.
tell you death doesn't mean no breath in your body. Death
Okay.
means you have done all you can. That's what that's what they don't tell you. Oh, something is dying. and
You,
something dies.
you're dying. Okay, while you sitting there taking all that
Yeah,
abuse, physical,
your spirit,
verbal.
yeah, your spirit has died.
Okay,
Your energy, your knowing your true self, gone.
no,
Yeah,
that's not. I'm not signing up for that. No, thank you. Okay,
yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna spend any more time and energy. That's the thing we have to get to. But that is conditioning, right? That we have to recognize and then take action, be bold to change and step out of that. Or as in Elevate 2026, release it.
sister. When you talk about release, let go without bitterness, without explanation, and
Yes,
or apology. Okay,
girl. Okay. Right. Right. And this played out in my having to leave my marriage. I had done all I could do. I had done everything I knew to do. And when I really owned the truth and the truth of what I was doing, the weight came off my shoulders, and people would say to me, "Oh, you changed. What's happened? You changed." They didn't know I had released that the marriage or being in that relationship. And somebody told me, "Do you know, like when the Bible talked about Moses coming down from the mountain with the 10 Commandments, and he had this ray of shine over his face? You kind of look like that." And that also told me that, yeah, something in me had died trying to stay what was no longer available for me. That whatever dream or idea or situation that I thought was there was not there, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't serving me. And in truth, if it wasn't serving me, it wasn't serving my ex. So
you,
hopefully
you
it elevated us both to release.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, and so with that being said, refuse to carry what you didn't create and can't fix. We have to keep it real with ourselves, okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
tried this and it's not working, and I've tried everything I can think of.
yes.
And so I have to let it go.
Have to
Let it
release it.
go.
Let it go.
You handle
Yeah,
what's yours, and I handle what's
yeah,
mine, because I can't
yeah,
carry yours and mine. Not
yes,
anymore. Okay?
yes,
It's
yes.
just
And
too
like you said,
much.
like you said, when we do it without apology, without shame, without guilt, we can do it, kiss it goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Could, wish it farewell.
Yeah,
Over and done. You're over and done.
absolutely.
I see Reverend
Yeah,
Evelyn came into the room. She said, so often we track that dust into other areas of our life. So true.
absolutely. Contaminating all these other areas of our lives. Like, what the hell am I doing? Okay? I made the
Yeah, and we
situation
wonder
worse.
where is that coming from? Well, yeah, like you said, you just contaminated it with what you brought.
Absolutely.
Yep, yep. No
Absolutely.
limits. Miss Lisa said, rather you kill him or he kills you. Exactly.
Oh, you see
Staying
murder
somewhere.
suicide. You see murder
That
suicide.
works.
What sense does that make?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't have you, so I'm gonna take us both out. No.
Versus just leaving, shaking the dust. I've done what I can and leaving.
You don't have
Yeah.
to tell that person that. They'll figure it out when they see you gone. Uh, you don't tell them you're leaving. You don't tell them you're leaving. You just leave. Okay? You gotta be safe. You tell a
having
person you're
have
leaving, don't do
having
that.
done all, shake the dust. Yeah.
Okay?
Randolph said a big truth there. If it's not serving me, it's not serving my ex. That's true.
I don't know
That's
about if
true.
it's serving my ex or not, and I really don't care. I care about myself. I care about myself. They better care about themselves. Okay? They better figure it out.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah, and usually if it is serving them, it's because of some toxic need. Some
Exactly.
toxic need they have to cling to, some lack of self-identity or something they are needing from you to serve them from within, and that's not the roles of humans.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
we can't.
my rescuing days and caretaking days are over. Okay, they're over.
Right.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah,
that codependent behavior is done because
it's
it's
done.
exhausting and you never
Yes,
finish it. You never
yes,
finish.
yes, yes. And it's
Uh-uh.
important to know too that the release is not necessary in relationships with other people. It's also in relationship with yourself, knowing that you're holding on to false narratives about yourself. You're holding on to false ideals about who you are. It will serve you to examine, to turn the beautiful light on the inside and say, what things am I carrying on the inside that are one untrue? Because a lot of times they are just simply not true,
True. You're
or they
right.
are, yeah, or they are
Fabrications
opinions,
that we have made up in our own
fabrications,
mind.
yeah, or opinions, someone else's opinions that got deposited in you that you're holding on to. It is time to release those. They don't serve
This
you.
a lot of this is trauma, okay, from our inner child. We are walking around with wounds. Let's keep it real. Mother wounds,
Mhm.
father wounds, all these things come out in our relationships. They come out in our communications. They come out in how we see the world.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Things
So,
that were deposited sometimes by people who loved us, but maybe had misunderstandings of their own, have their own wounds. But the thing about it is, every minute, just like you said at the start of the day, if we on this side, it's a good day because it's an opportunity for you to self-examine and move yourself forward, even if it's an inch. An inch is good.
that's progress.
There's
Okay.
progress. It's beautiful and it's okay. Yeah. And it
One,
comes from, go ahead.
no, it comes from, go ahead.
I was gonna say it comes from a lot of different places. A lot of places again that were feeding into us, parents, churches, schools, everything. And some of that is good, wonderful. But if it's something that's holding you back, the release is necessary for you to go forward. But I've run
Yeah.
into a lot of people who don't want to look on the inside.
Well, then you're not going to go very far in life.
Right.
That's the bottom line. You're going to stay down here. You're dimming your light.
Yes.
You're playing small.
Yes. Yes.
That's the
And it's
reality.
okay. Yeah. And it's really the only way to grow self-love, to look at yourself. It's beautiful things in there. It's things that maybe not so pretty, but you can pretty them up, embrace them all to say, we're going to love this thing. Here's how we're going to love this thing and move forward.
We have to unmask. We have to unmask and say, these are all the ugly things about myself that I don't like. And I'm going to start with this one. I can't work
Yeah.
on everything at one time, but I can work on
Mhm.
this one thing and
Mhm.
step by step. And then once you
Mhm.
start feeling comfortable with that and you feel like you got that
Mhm.
down, work on the
Yes.
next thing. You got to
Work on
keep
the
working
next
on
thing.
yourself
Work on the
every
next thing.
day. Every day.
Yeah. And
Okay?
with each release, you feel better. You feel stronger. You feel whole. You
Yes.
feel truer, right? And
Yes.
when we're true on the inside, things from the outside can't come in and distort.
No, they
They're
can't.
easily recognized, right? Oh yeah, no, this is no, I'm not taking that.
Because you coming from a place of high vibration, that stuff
Yes,
cannot touch you. Okay?
right, right. You see it coming.
Absolutely. And then
Yeah,
you can brush it off.
brush it
Okay,
off,
that's
slick it
dust.
off.
That's the
That's
dust you're
done.
talking about.
That's
Okay.
done.
All right. So now, one other thing is like one of the
Girl, you
other
so
things,
funny.
Okay.
I knew we had yeah, some of y'all might need your seatbelt. Lisa said again, that's the hard work looking within. Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
And I ran from that many years. I don't want to deal with that. Okay.
yeah.
But
Oh,
but
yeah.
once I retired, I had to sit in that shit. I had nowhere else to go. You remember that saying? You can run, but you
But
can't hide. You
can't
can't
hide.
hide from yourself. Okay? So
You
I
can
had to
try.
face that shit. Okay?
Yeah.
And
Listen,
it
we
was
got
not
all
pretty.
kind of tricks. We got all kind of tricks to hide, fancy
Okay?
clothes, fancy cars, hairstyles, trips, name change, and we got all kind of trips to hide, but it's still there.
It ain't going nowhere
And
until
it's
you work
and
on it.
it's not going anywhere. It's gonna fester, it's gonna stink, it's gonna do all the things it's gonna do until you say, "Hey, we still here."
Okay?
Let's
And then
talk
you
about
sitting
it.
there
Yeah.
and you sitting there alone and wonder why am I alone? Well, maybe you need to look at your behavior. Okay? Maybe you need to change your behavior. Okay?
Yep, yep,
So
yep.
the other thing is which we already talked about is choosing movement over stagnation. Okay? Even
Mm.
when it's uncomfortable. Okay?
Yes.
Okay? So
Yes.
we
Yes.
need to grow up.
Yes, yes. So I think we said and somebody said earlier, might have been you, Margaret, release or shaking the dust can be uncomfortable. Because you sometimes it might feel like failure. Oh, those things that we put on ourselves be uncomfortable to walk away or to leave something, even to have an idea or a business idea or some other things you want to do. You try it, you put your best in, you best you can. Maybe it doesn't come out the way you want to. Okay, it's a lesson that you learn. Be willing and be okay with letting it go. And likely out of that or in that movement, like you're saying, in your walking away and you're going, you will find the thing you were looking for when you started that. It will
When you
tell
least
you
expect. When
when
you
you
least
least
expect.
suspect. Right, right, right. Sometimes we know what to do by experiencing what we shouldn't do. We learned from that thing and say, okay, now I know more about what I want because I've experienced what I don't want. So the
Being
movement
tossed,
is important.
yes. Uh, just like here, I came to Substack. I know zero about
Mm,
publishing an article,
mm,
much less running a publication.
yeah,
Okay? All of
yeah,
us. And look at us today.
yes,
This is, we learn through trial and error, through
yes,
making all of these
yes.
mistakes. Lord knows I've made a million mistakes here and I'm still here. So, okay?
And Margaret, you raise yourself up as an example, as a good one. And I think in the piece that I wrote yesterday, one of the articles I most liked about on your page was the one when you talked about how you revamped yourself. What you were very vulnerable about what you had learned and the things you had maybe mistakes you had made, but how you turned those mistakes into stepping stones. You talked about the value of making mistakes. And that's a perfect example of movement and release, movement and release, movement and release. And like you said, look at where you are now. I've learned so much from what you're doing and what you've taught me and what you said to me. I've learned so much because you took the step to move and then release, move and change this, move and change that.
Thank you so much. And I've learned a lot from you too, sister. That's the so important of friendship and community.
Mhm.
Okay? I couldn't
Yes.
have gotten to where I was without other people helping me.
Yes.
We are here to pay it forward to help others to
Yes.
do the same. Are we
Yes.
not?
Yeah, we are. We are. And that's where the beauty is and the beauty of release, right?
Yes.
And one of the things Burnett shared forward was that we don't release frivolously. There is some intention with release, whether it's a business, whether it's a relationship, whatever. We have examined, we did, we put in some things. Okay, it's not returning the thing that I'm sowing for. So with intention, with cause, with carefulness, we release and move on. And like you said, movement, no stagnation. Not go somewhere and sit in a corner. It's like, oh, that didn't work. Oh, I'm divorced, so now I have to wear a red scarlet letter on my head or something. No, over and done. Moving on.
Okay.
Enjoying every new minute that I have, and I'm gonna make good on that.
Yeah, because we don't know if we're gonna be here tomorrow. Okay.
Hmm.
All we have is now. That's it.
It's
The
now.
present moment. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So some of the things that we're shaking off are old identities. Okay. That
Hmm.
kept us safe but small. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Uh, Relationships sustained by history, not alignment. Okay.
No. What?
Yeah, we shaking.
I don't have to. I don't have to stay there because I've been there 5 years.
Not even if it's one day. If it's not working, time to go. I wouldn't give a damn. Okay? If it's not working, don't stay. Move on. Because to life, we only have the present moment.
Yes.
Okay? Uh,
Yes.
and another thing we can shake off is guilt tied to growth. Okay? Boundaries or change. Okay?
Mm. Yes. Yes. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting that we have, yeah, can have guilt in growth. Yeah.
Yeah, because most of
Yeah.
us, like me, my father told me I was never going to be anything. Okay? So
Mm.
I had uh experiencing okay, imperfection, perfectionism.
Mhm.
Okay?
Perfectionism. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because the way I was taught, everything has to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfection. Okay?
Yes.
I don't care how much, even
Yes.
when you're doing research, they give you a tolerance of 10% or something because
Sure. Yeah.
nothing is going to be 100%. So for
Yes.
my father to tell me everything had to be perfect, it was a damn lie. It's no way.
Mm.
Okay?
Wow.
It
Yeah.
takes too damn long to
Yeah.
try to do something. You keep doing it over and over and over, and you keep revising and revising and revising. You spend a
Right.
lot of time and you ain't materialized nothing. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, and so we have to let go of narratives that contradict who are we becoming. Okay, so I had
Yes.
to share all of most 90% of the stuff that he taught me.
Mm.
I
Mm.
had to unlearn that stuff because I
Mm.
couldn't take all that stuff into the workplace and still have a job at the end of the day. Okay,
Mm. Yes. Yes. An important need to shed things.
we
Yeah.
have to, because otherwise
Mhm.
it'll take us places we down the road of no return. Okay,
Right. 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 Right.
self
Yeah.
destruction,
It,
and I've been down that
mhm.
road, and I'm not going back down that road.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yes.
so that's why I'm telling you I had to unshed all of these things. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's a horrible person, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be the opposite. Okay, so your
Yeah.
father set good examples of leadership and how
Yes, he
you're
did.
supposed to be in the world, where you can
Mhm.
be of the most value to yourself, to your family, and to the world.
Exactly, exactly, and it wasn't for nothing. He was setting these as examples to create the life you want to live. This someone who knew my dad, this was some decades ago. They knew him, they admired, the life he had created, and with my dad's life, he had respect, community respect, he, was called to speak, just all of those things. So this observer would say, "Oh, I want what your dad has." I want to be what your dad is. I want what your dad has. And I said to this person, knowing who they were, I said, "To have what my dad had, you have to do what my dad did. You have to do what my dad does." And that's from keeping your word, was a big one, all the way to showing up, having community, standing for truth, standing alone. All of those things was how my dad lived, right? So, assuming you want what you want in your life, the life you want to create, your thoughts, your actions, your being must align up to that, must align with that. You don't have to worry about those things coming. They will come. The respect, the honor, your being will make room for the things that it is attracting. You want
But
clarity on what you want to attract.
and I'm glad you talked about that because what remains after the dust settles is clarity about what matters and what doesn't.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes,
And and
it does.
likeness, right? Likeness where heaviness once lived. Okay?
Mm, yes, absolutely.
Authority, authority rooted in discernment, not reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
peace that doesn't need consensus.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
And walk to
Exactly.
freedom forward unencumbered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you're
Absolutely.
able to
That's
stand, able to stand the test of times through all the
yeah.
storms.
Yes.
You have that book, which is your instructions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And all of us, as you were saying early, can tap into elder wisdom that demonstrates these things. We don't have to take steps in ignorance. We don't have to make decisions from places of ignorance.
No, we don't.
Yes. So that's what this is about.
Yes,
That's what that's what your remembrance of your grandmother's wisdom is about. And that's the thing we have to start enacting right now.
absolutely.
Not yes.
You see the state of the world, right?
Right.
We can't wait because
Right.
what's going to be left when they're done?
Yes.
What's going to happen to our life?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we have to take some steps right now. Okay?
Mhm. Yep. And own our own authority, like you just said. We have to own that I'm a co-creator of my own life. I'm gonna own that, and I'm not gonna outsource it to Margaret. I'm not gonna outsource it to anyone else. I'm gonna go and get the wisdom. I'm gonna go and get understanding, so that the choices that I make today, tomorrow, they're gonna be in alignment with where I want to go.
And you're going to go out there and get that bag. Okay?
Absolutely. Why not? Why not?
Exactly. That's why we're here. Okay?
Right. Right. Because listen, when we talk about money, it's in the world. The money is out there. And, and all we have to do is align ourselves to draw it. And particularly in the way that we want to draw it, right? There are ways to
Yes.
draw it that
Right.
it comes to you with joy, without sorrow,
Joy. Yes.
with peace, right? Because you
Yes.
listen,
Peace.
you can get money, and but sometimes it will come with sorrow. It will come with trouble. It depends on how you attract it in.
True. True.
So, but
With
but
everything.
it as God and goddesses of our world, we get to choose
Yes.
every day, every
We
day.
have free will. We have free will.
Yeah, yeah. So the
Okay?
transmission of the Book of Burnett is to help us choose well, fully, and without
Okay?
regret. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
some people feel you can't exit this world without regret. But my dad knew that. He told me a couple of years before he left this realm that he lived well, had a good life, and he had no regret. And what he meant by that was that he wasn't saying that he didn't make mistakes. He meant that he turned those mistakes into boulders and pavers and stepping stones to go to the next level. Right? 'Cause you can make a mistake and not regret it. I spent time in a place that was in alignment with me, but it brought me to true self, to my true self.
Okay.
I went around the mountain to get it, but I got it. So
I know that's
perspective
right.
is everything. Yeah, we can live the life we want to with perspective, with intention, with accountability, with choices and alignment.
Yes, absolutely,
Yep.
sister. We can.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
I want to see if anybody have any questions.
Yeah. I so appreciate everyone joining the call, joining the chat, listening in.
Yes, this has been an amazing conversation. Randolph said a big truth there. If it's not serving me, it's not serving my ex. Okay. Rather you kill him or he kills you. Okay.
Mhm.
Why don't we just agree to disagree and just move on? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Evelyn
uh,
had a comment about that perfection. I don't know if you see that.
oh, perfection. What did she say? Seeking
She said,
perfection is chasing an impossible standard. Exactly. Exactly. It took me so many years to figure that out. Okay.
yeah,
So this has been an amazing conversation. Netta Fei, thank you so
wonderful.
much. I
Thank
appreciate you,
you,
sister.
Margaret. I thank you for having me. I so enjoy always chatting with you. Love your big energy, your feistiness, your fiery leadership.
Thank you so much.
Love it. Love
Thank
it.
you so much. Um,
Yes.
thank you all for coming today. Really appreciate your support. Thank you again, Netta Fei. And I want you to enjoy the rest of your day or night day.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Yes, yes,
All
yes.
right.
Okay.
All
Everybody,
right.
goodbye. When you get a chance, get your transmission. I would appreciate it. And I want to know your feedback. I want to know what you think. I want to know what resonates.
I'll make sure to put the book links in the article when I send it out.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful
Thank you.
day.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye.